This is the OTB Television Network, a service of Capital District Off-Track Betting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. 18 races to bring you. We have opening weekend at both Belmont Park and Hollywood Park. We're in the midst of Derby Week, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to kick it off down at Calder. 3-year-olds on the turf in the Calder Oaks, and Miss Montreal, recent maiden victory and an allowance victory, 2 for 2 on the turf, is the 3-1 chalk.
And they're off. And a very even start. Frolic's Revenge showing speed. Sinister Brew is just to her inside. Miss Montreal is moving up with the leaders. A real bunch for that early lead. Buleria is right there. Ainsley right up with that lead group. Awesome Belle is only 2 lengths off the lead. Siwadaya just outside of her. Then Fine Silver and Brown Eyed Nance racing together about 6 lengths off the front. Glamour and Glory has made her way over to the head. She'll save ground as they enter the first turn. Commence firing second last. And Paranda can see them all, and she's already about 15 lengths back as Buleria takes command around the first turn. Opening quarter 23-1 for Buleria, who leads Sinister Brew by about a length right now. Ainsley's in between fillies, and Miss Montreal now all the way up into the second spot while racing out in the center of the course. She's only just over a length off the lead. Awesome Belle is 5th under a tight tug right now, and Awesome Belle eager to go, and there she goes. She is just dragging Luis Serrato right up to the leaders right now after a half mile clicked off in 47-3. So Buleria's lead is down to about a head. Miss Montreal there from between fillies, and Awesome Belle 3 wide as they go to the far turn. They're followed right now by Brown Eyed Nance. Frolic's Revenge is on the move. There goes Frolic's Revenge in the bright orange colors. She is all the way into third. Buleria quickly dropping out of contention as they arrive at the head of the stretch. Awesome Belle trying to push by Miss Montreal, but Frolic's Revenge is coming, and so is Glamour and Glory, who's way out in the center of the course. Ainsley needs about 4 lengths to make up. Frolic's Revenge hits the front. Frolic's Revenge leads Glamour and Glory as they pass the 16th pole. Frolic's Revenge and Chris Landeros in front. Glamour and Glory and Juan Leyva surging. Here's the line. Very tight. Frolic's Revenge, Glamour and Glory. Noses popping at the line. Ainsley was third.
And in a photo finish, it's Frolic's Revenge winning by a nose, folks. They only bet 4 horses in this race. The 4 of them were between the chalk of Miss Montreal, who ran 4th as the 3-1 favorite. You had Frolic's Revenge as the second choice at 7-2. Glamour and Glory 4-1. Ainsley 7-2. So the folks right on it, but Miss Montreal tastes defeat on the turf for the first time. And Frolic's Revenge, trained by Milton Wolfson, scores the $9 victory. Coming out of the up the track, Here Comes the Bride victory. Scores the victory over Glamour and Glory, with Ainsley checking in third. And as we mentioned, Miss Montreal completing the superfecta, which, by the way, came back not too, folks, $657 for 4 horses, predominantly 7-2. The only 4 horses they bet, a $657 superfecta in Saturday's Calder Oaks. Tuesday last at Philadelphia Park, or Parks Racing as we now call it. They've been running these Tuesday stakes races, and on Tuesday last they ran the Philmont. Jake and Elwood, off of a sensational career debut, winning off by 9, is 6-5 in the second career start.
And they're off in the Philmont Stakes. Far outside, good start for Runnin' Bull. Jake and Elwood from mid-pack steps out of there. King and Crusader is right with those 2 on the inside. Bristol Dancer forwardly placed as well. 1 furlong complete, and it is Jake and Elwood and Bristol Dancer. They're head-to-head up front. Runnin' Bull sitting just outside at the top there, a close third. And King and Crusader is down inside just off the lead and moving up once again with the leaders. After that, it's a break of about 3 back to Phil Dancer. Phil Dancer 5th going to the half-mile pole, and Compitude is last of the 6th. Compitude is racing just about 4 lengths behind. They're heading for the far turn, 3.5 furlongs to go. It's Jake and Elwood. Jake and Elwood leading it by a neck. Bristol Dancer sticks right with him second. Far outside, it's Runnin' Bull. Runnin' Bull is still right with the top pair. King and Crusader on the board here at 9-5, quickly backpedaling out of there. King and Crusader not today. Phil Dancer trying to get involved with the run on the far outside. And Compitude still has about 3 lengths to make up. As the field turns for home, it's Jake and Elwood. Jake and Elwood cuts the corner and comes to the last furlong in front by 1.5 lengths. Runnin' Bull is trying to spring the upset between horses. Phil Dancer is charging hard on the outside. Here comes Phil Dancer. Runnin' Bull. Phil Dancer gets the lead with a 16th to go. 6-1 on Phil Dancer. Compitude running late. They come to the finish. It's Phil Dancer. Phil Dancer takes the film on 1.5 lengths. It's a photo for second.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know this wouldn't transfer into the Breeders' Cup Sprint, but Jake and Elwood, who I could never propose betting at 6-5 in the second career start, coming into stakes company off an impressive debut. Pace scenarios and such, just dramatically different. But 22.07 for the second quarter mile, ladies and gentlemen. That is sensational. Jake and Elwood, Bristol Dancer, and you saw King and Crusader backing out of it, as Keith Jones was telling us down inside under Mike Luzzy. Jake and Elwood held on for a long time after being on that 22.0 second quarter mile. So an off-the-board finish for a horse that was unbettable was just, in tough, going 7/8 of a mile. I mean, quite honestly, an incredible performance by Jake and Elwood. But Phil Dancer, under Frankie Pennington, he had run in the Bayshore Stakes most recently. They took blinkers off. He's now 3 for 3 lifetime. Returns $14.60. And Jake and Elwood, who was 6-5, and King and Crusader, who won the Jimmy Wingfield in the depth of winter this year, they finished off the board at less than 2-1. The trifecta here comes back 662, but an unbelievable second quarter mile in the Philmont last Tuesday at Parks Racing. Up next, we're going to go down Baltimore. Pimlico open for their spring-summer meet. On the turf, going a mile in the Henry Clark, and Hudson Steele, who hasn't been seen since last year's Fort Marcy at Belmont Park, is the 2-1 favorite.
And they're off. El Commodore is expected to the inside to the front. Hudson Steele with a sharp break. Nicanor is at the outside. In between horses, Humble and Hungry is going to be taken back as El Commodore goes on with Nicanor. Hudson Steele well settled early, followed by Humble and Hungry and Sleepless Night, and Monzone is next in line. Down to the inside we have Monument Hill. Paris Vegas is next. Pocket Patch, last year's winner, out 3 wide to the back of the pack, and Concealed Identity is last of them all, and about 13 from the front. So El Commodore a half in front from an eager Nicanor to the outside. They're 1-2 now, and they've opened up about 5 lengths on Hudson Steele, who's racing in the third spot. Another length and a half or 2. Back to Humble and Hungry and Sleepless Night. Monument Hill saving all the ground within 7 from the front, and stoking up rally is Monument Hill, and Concealed Identity tries to follow Monument Hill from the back. Also saving ground into the far turn is Concealed Identity. So round the turn, El Commodore leads the way. From Nicanor has been pressing, but Hudson Steele is getting closer. Monument Hill is next. In between horses, Humble and Hungry is in 5th. Sleepless Night is a wide 6. Paris Vegas is in 7th. Concealed Identity is 8th. Still on the inside at the top of the stretch, where Hudson Steele has taken the lead. Hudson Steele to the final furlong. Opens up a couple of lengths. Monument Hill switches out now in the clear. Here comes Monument Hill with a resolute run on the outside. Hudson Steele has to hold on. Hudson Steele is digging down with an extra kick. Hudson Steele and Krista Carla to win it. Monument Hill, El Commodore hangs in for 3rd, and Humble and Hungry was 4th.
Now, a quick observation. I doubt I'm the only one. I do not find that an enjoyable stretch run level for the camera. Very difficult to, get a proper depth perception. It's hard for me to imagine they can't get that a camera up higher so you can get a true feel of distance and space in the stretch. But neither here nor there. The Hudson Steele coming off the May 7th victory runner-up in the Fort Marcy. A very convincing 2+ length score under Krista Carlo, sent out by Todd Fletcher. Turf record now in 6 career starts for Hudson Steele is 4 victory and 2 runner-up. Gets the 5-year-old season kicked off very nicely in Saturday afternoon's Henry Clark. Monument Hill, who, if I had a better angle as the second choice at co-second choice at 3-1, I thought was making a very, very nice move, maybe getting to the front off this horse off the long layup, but finishes a neck in front of El Commodore. Keeneland, couple races to bring you as they wrap up their spring 2010 meet. Up first will be the Bewitched Stakes. Here to Win is 8-5.
And they're off in the Grey Goose Bewitched Stakes. Upper Line wasting no time coming out for the early lead. Upper Line from between horses takes the early advantage by 3 parts of a length. Shimmering Moment comes away from the gate running in the second position and settles down toward the rail. But it will be Upper Line who will set the tempo early on in this 12-furlong test. And Upper Line guides the field into the first of 3 turns. On top now down toward the inside by a length and a half to Shimmering Moment, who goes second by a length. Distorted Alice travels toward the outside and third. Now loses 1 spot as Senata moves up toward the inside to take over the third position. Distorted Alice will go fourth. Here to Win is fifth, right toward center pack, down toward the inside, running 6 lengths off the early lead, followed by Woodford Bell, This Little Soul of Mine, and Hemera, who's placed outward from the rail, and last, 9 lengths off the lead, moving through the stretch for the first time, and Upper Line and Shimmering Moment now go side by side for the lead. Senata moves up in third between horses, Distorted Alice fourth on the far outside. Here to Win has been guided off the rail and is in between horses now fifth. That opens a spot for This Little Soul of Mine, moves up sixth with 1 circuit remaining. Woodford Bell gets the shuffle back to next to last, and Hemera alongside of her. That first quarter was 26-4, and the first half mile in 54 seconds. Into the second of 3 turns, Shimmering Moment has taken the lead by 3 parts of a length as they head for the backstretch. And Senata goes second on the outside by the same margin. Upper Line is now third down toward the rail. Here to Win is hard held in fourth between horses. Distorted Alice is fifth on her outside and stays toward the center of the course. Then This Little Soul of Mine, Woodford Bell next to last midpoint of the backstretch, and Hemera is the trailer. And Shimmering Moment shows the way. Senata draws alongside. The next separating the top 2. Distorted Alice far outside is third, 2 lengths off the lead. Upper Line is fourth. Here to Win is still fifth in between horses after 6 furlongs in 19-3. They got the mile in 44 and change, and they head to the far turn. Shimmering Moment has the advantage by 3 parts of a length. Senata is next. Distorted Alice, then Upper Line back toward the inside. Here to Win is fifth in between horses, 3 lengths off the lead. And now Here to Win looks for running room, changes lanes toward the outside. Now fourth, now third, still 3 lengths off the lead. Shimmering Moment, Senata side by side. Here to Win on the outside is third, moving down the center of the course. Senata has the lead. Upper Line tries to fight on between horses. Woodford Bell running from far back on the grandstand side. Senata, Upper Line, stride for stride. Woodford Bell coming from third. Upper Line had the lead early, gave it up, and comes back to take the Grey Goose Bewitched Stakes for James Graham. Woodford Bell was home second, and Senata was third.
Well, a couple things. Here to Win, who's coming off the victory in the very one stakes. You know, 4th time United States, was well back, and you heard those fractions being called out. 27 and 27 approximately for the first 2 quarter miles. And just to foreshadow the Elkhorn coming up in a moment, the first 2 quarter miles in the Elkhorn, which are the boys going 1.5 miles a day later, were 25 and 25. So using the old school, you know, you're talking about 10 lengths faster for the quarter mile, 10 more lengths faster to the half. Now, they went 1:13:49 coming home in the Bewitched, and they'll go 1:13:31 coming home in the Elkhorn. So relatively the same final 6 furlongs, but, you know, Here to Win running against no pace. And how about Woodford Bell, who was even behind Here to Win? Well, way behind that pace. But Upper Line, James Graham, Michael Stidham, congratulations. Second start since last October, being runner-up. I know it's called the Dowager, but in horse racing, I like to call it the Do Wager. First graded stakes wins with 2 listed stakes races on the resume already, but second choice in the wagering returns $6. Woodford Bell, way back that non-pace in the Bewitched, just makes for a goofy race. And Senata, who won the Dowager last fall, finishes third, and the chalk is off the board. On closing day at Keeneland, time for the older Open Company to go 1.5 miles on the turf. This is the Elkhorn. Even money is news, Dad.
And they're off in the Elkhorn Stakes, and Center Divider unseated the jockey at the start. Number 9, Center Divider, unseated the jockey coming out of the gate. There goes Newsdad from between horses up to take the early lead. Samard comes away running in the second position on the outside. Musketeer third down toward the rail, and then Tahoe Lake, who travels fourth outward from the rail, 5 lengths off the early lead. And then Point of Entry, who's in the 5th position as they move around that far turn for the first time in this 12-furlong test, followed by Wilkinson next to last, and Sun Tracer is the trailer at the early going. Settles out a dozen lengths off the lead. Up front, it is Newsdad who shows the way, moving into the stretch for the first time, and Samard is a length away in second. A gap of 4 more back to Musketeer. Tahoe Lake on the outside of that one. Point of Entry, Wilkinson, and Sun Tracer at the back. Opening quarter on the board in 25 seconds, still with 1 circuit remaining. It is Newsdad and Julian Leperoux who show the way. On top here by a length and a half. Samard and Javier Castellano stalking the pace through a first half mile in 50 and 1/5 seconds. Then a gap of 4 back to Musketeer, who's off the rail now between horses. Third. Point of Entry has an opening toward the inside 4th, and then Tahoe Lake, who's 3 wide in 5th, and at the second of these 3 turns. Wilkinson is next to last, and Sun Tracer is last, running 8 lengths from the lead. Back up front, it is Newsdad. More pressure now from Samard, a half length separating those top 2. Gap of 2 lengths. Musketeer third by a head. Point of Entry 4th down toward the inside. Then Tahoe Lake 5 lengths off the lead and traveling in the 5th position. Gap of 3 more to Wilkinson next to last, and Sun Tracer at the back of the pack at the midpoint of the backstretch. 6 furlongs and 1:16. It's side by side for the lead. Newsdad toward the inside leads it the next. Samard on the outside is second by 2 lengths. Point of Entry third ahead. Musketeer, the 2-time defending champion, 4th on the outside in good position heading into the far turn. A gap of 2 more to Tahoe Lake. A gap of 5 to Wilkinson, and then Sun Tracer, and into the final turn. Newsdad still has the advantage by a neck. Samard now right alongside. 2 more lengths. Point of Entry, then Musketeer, followed by Tahoe Lake, who's still 6 lengths off the lead. Wilkinson, then Sun Tracer, a quarter mile to come. Samard and Newsdad, Point of Entry, and then Musketeer on the far outside. 4 horses in a line for the lead coming to the 8th pole, and Point of Entry and Samard are going at it for the top spot. Musketeer needs to find more. Tahoe Lake is diving to the inside. Final furlong of the Elkhorn. Point of Entry with Tahoe Lake running toward the inside. Point of Entry, a 2-length lead. Tahoe Lake is still second. Point of Entry and John Velasquez to take the closing day feature, the Elkhorn Stakes. Tahoe Lake was home second, then it was Samard third, and Musketeer was 4th.
And how does Shug McGahee pay $13.20 on the turf? We've been telling you for a year McGahee's operation with the Phipps and other has become a turf juggernaut. Extremely well bred for the turf. This is an offspring of Dynaformer. 15 days ago, one of the non-winners of 2 other than, and now scores the victory for Shug McGahee. Tahoe Lake, who was 15-1 on the board, is now 9 for 10 hitting the board on the turf. Samard finishes third as the second choice in the wagering, and Newsdad, the even money favorite, checks in 5th coming off of his victory in the Pan American. And, dramatically different time, ladies and gentlemen, as we had talked about. And even in turf racing, to me, pace can be so unbelievably pivotal. And Newsdad, who for the opening quarter mile and then the follow-up quarter mile might have been running 10 lengths faster than they did the day before in the Bewitch. And I don't know how much firmer the turf course was at Keeneland on Friday than Thursday, but it was a dramatically different 12-furlong turf race. And Point of Entry, who was in the second half of the group, just closed to finish nicely. Tahoe Lake, who was 4th early, finishes 2nd, and Samard 3rd. So you see almost a 4-second difference in the final running time from Thursday and Friday. I know it was Fillies and Mares on Thursday and the Colts and Geldings on Friday, but really those 4 seconds were equaled out in the first half mile. They both came home in the neighborhood of 1:13 and 2, but it was the opening half mile difference. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, opening night from Churchill Downs, Lone Star, Golden Gate, and Hollywood Park.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV. No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com. The better choice.
And they're off.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call, Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone, or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
Hi race fans, I'm Seth Miro with some great news. Now you can get live streaming of all our tracks. Just log on to CapitalOTB.com, click on the live streaming link, and choose from more than 35 tracks from around the world. Plus, you can now get race replays, any day, any track. And don't forget to check out our new virtual tow board. In horse racing, information is key, and no one brings you the crucial information you need like CapitalOTB.com. Live streaming, race replays, and our new virtual tow board. CapitalOTB.com. Check it out now.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time to turn our attention to opening night at Churchill Downs for the 88th running of the Derby trial. No longer a trial for the Derby, and 3 weeks out from the Preakness. Maybe it's not even a trial for the Preakness Stakes. 6-5, Painter.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the Cliff's Edge Derby trial. Painter was away very alertly, and so too Steel Case on that one's outside. Also showing some speed towards the rail. Saint of Saints with the black as they race now towards the end of the chute. And it is Painter who spearheads the field. To the outside, Steel Case. On his other wing is Saint of Saints as they leave the chute behind them. Hierro is now stalking in a share of fourth with the black towards the inside rail and now moving up places. Bourbon Courage then towards the outside, followed by Quick Wit. And at the back of the field is Motor City. 22 and 3 for the opening quarter mile. 4.5 furlongs ahead of them. And it is the black who has now come through to put his head in front. To Saint of Saints racing in second. Painter is now back to third as they go through the halfway point in the 88th running of the Cliff's Edge Derby trial. The half in 45 and 1. The black and Calvin Burrell have got the lead on the turn. To Saint of Saints in second. 3 wide is Painter, who now re-engages round the outside for Martin Garcia. Steel Case is now racing in third, but he is 4 wide going around the turn. Hierro is next, followed by Bourbon Courage, who tries to pick up from the back of the pack. So too Motor City. Quick Wit is right out the back of the field, and it is now Painter who has come and got the lead. To the black on the inside, down the outside, Hierro begins to stay on. So too is Steel Case inside the final furlong, and it's now Hierro down the centre of the course for Julien Leperoux, who go on to Painter in second. Steel Case begins to re-rally, but it's Hierro who's out in front. Hierro wins the Cliff's Edge Derby trial. Second wins in the race for both Steve Asmussen and Julien Leperoux. On the inside came Painter. On that one's outside, Steel Case. Then Bourbon Courage never nearer, and the black was next.
And on a sloppy sealed racetrack about 10:15 on Saturday night, Hierro no longer eligible for non-winners of one, other than he was 1 for 5 coming in. That one, though, was last November in the third career start. First time Churchill Downs won by 5. Well, now wins the Derby trial by 1.5, returning $12 for Steve Asmussen and the Stone Street Stable. You know, this year, Hierro had been out at Santa Anita in the Sham Stakes and an allowance race. This is a horse who lost his debut last summer at the Spa to Alpha and Painter, who after a smashing career debut was thrown into the deep waters of the Santa Anita Derby, now finds the more shallow waters in the Derby trial, and I thought ran very, very well to finish second. Maybe not very well at 6-5. Steel Case also putting in a nice effort. I think we will hear from Painter in the near future when he gets maybe perhaps a little more realistic campaign underway. Now time to go down to Lone Star, ladies and gentlemen. Their Texas Mile canonized the even money favorite.
They're off.
Coyote Legend and Lydia's Last Step got out quickly. Hurricane Ike has asked for more speed, gets up to be a close third, then Endorsement in the White Silks. Oakmont is fifth, followed by Moonshine Mullen. There's Cannon Eyes passing horses, and Cannon Eyes up to be a joint fourth, off the pace on the outside. Then further back to Get Into House, 15 Love, and Omniscient is 10 lengths off the lead. Around the clubhouse turn, and Lydia's Last Step from the inside's got ahead in front. He's pressed now by Hurricane Ike. They race on to the backstretch. The pace is not terribly fast for these. A Coyote Legend has a good spot third, so does Endorsement, tucked in neatly right there towards the rail. And right there, too, is Cannon Eyes. He's a close-up fifth. It's 2.5 to Oakmont and Moonshine Mullen. 3 more back to Get Into House, 15 Love, and Omniscient. There's a half mile to go. Lydia's Last Step leads it by a half length. Hurricane Ike is there in second. Coyote Legend is poised third. Now Cannon Eyes makes a run as Endorsement has to wait here on the inside. So Cannon Eyes takes advantage, gets up to be fourth, but going 4 wide. And it's back to Moonshine Mullen and Oakmont. Get Into House, Omniscient, and 15 Love trails. They're on the turn. Cannon Eyes got that run, but now Robbie Alvarado takes Endorsement off the rail. He's got position now, and he's coming off the inside here as they come for the top of the stretch. The leader is Coyote Legend. Cannon Eyes, Endorsement. Here comes Get Into House, a long shot from off the pace, but a furlong to go. Cannon Eyes, Endorsement, then Get Into House. It's Cannon Eyes and Endorsement, and these two, it's a real horse race now, and Endorsement has gone on under a beautiful ride by Robbie Alvarado. Endorsement scores in the Texas Mile. Cannon Eyes was second. Get Into House third. Coyote Legend weakened to 4.
And it's a big
An Endorsement coming out of an allowance 2X race going a mile 16th at Gulfstream Park. Scores the victory here. These are favorites in reverse order, ladies and gentlemen. Owen Hardy sends out the winner, returning $7. Cannon Eyes, the favorite, finishes second with Get Into House at 15-1, finishing third in Saturday's Texas Mile. Now time to go to Northern California, one of their, formerly one of the premier mile races annually in the United States, the San Francisco Mile with Geronimo at 1-2.
Racing. Sanger Silver and Hudson Landing off sharply with positive response, and Live Sundays is being cast in a positive role with Gallant Sun coming right down the outside. Live Sundays and Sanger Silver sharing the lead, followed after a length by a 3-wide Gallant Sun. Positive response drops in fourth along the inside from Cullimonco, and deeper out Hudson Landing. Dunmore East being shunted 5 deep on the turn out of the stretch. Worth repeating in the orange colours back behind these runners, followed by Geronimo, and 2 lengths to Mr. Candy Bar. To the back stretch, Sanger Silver leads. Half a length to Gallant Sun, who gets across 1 off the rail. Live Sundays eases back third. Then comes Dunmore East in no man's land. Cullimonco's in that group with Hudson Landing. Positive response gets back midfield on the inside of Worth Repeating. That pair 5 off the lead. Geronimo next to last, and 2.5 to Mr. Candy Bar. They leave the half mile polar stern, and Sanger Silver has a neck lead on Gallant Sun. Cullimonco moves to a threatening third, 3 deep from Live Sundays. Then Hudson Landing, Dunmore East still out wide. Positive response next with Worth Repeating. Geronimo next to last, 8 or 9 from the lead. Then Mr. Candy Bar to the quarter pole in the San Francisco Mile. Gallant Sun goes to the lead from Sanger Silver. A length and a half to Cullimonco, Live Sundays, Hudson Landing. Then comes Worth Repeating from Positive Response. Geronimo is a mile back at the 8th pole. Gallant Sun with a 2-length lead. Hudson Landing is bearing down on him. Gallant Sun from Hudson Landing. Geronimo leaving it all too late. He's getting to the line strongly, but Hudson Landing has the lead, and Hudson Landing has beaten Geronimo half a length. Gallant Sun third, then Cullimonco, followed by Positive Response and Worth Repeating, Mr. Candy Bar, Live Sundays. Last couple, Sanger Silver and Dunmore East.
And there you have it. The San Francisco Mile, as you heard, Geronimo well back, but Hudson Landing, ladies and gentlemen, $19.60 upset victory for this offspring of Maria's Mont, who is now 4 for 5 lifetime at Golden Gate Field, coming off 9 consecutive claiming races where Hudson Landing was claimed 5 of those 9 times, and most recently by Blaine Wright, who finds the winner's circle in Saturday's San Francisco Mile. Geronimo, who would finish 4th most recently in the Kilroe Mile, was way out of the clouds in this race under Mike Smith, finishes 2nd. Gallant Man, who I thought made a very nice run on the turn, often the type of run that you think might be a winning one, checks in 3rd. Thursday was opening day at Hollywood Park, and up first will be 6 Furlongs, which was supposed to be run on the turf course, and you don't hear this very often in the spring-summer meet at Hollywood Park. Off the turf, on the synthetic, the Harry Henson, the old track caller at Hollywood Park. American Act, even money.
And there they go. Diamond of Blue breaks well. In the center, American Act. Also close to the pace, Senior Rain, and Chicky Charms right between horses. Then comes Sir Allison on the move at the rail, and the early trailer is Consolado. 3 lengths, first to last up the backstretch. Sir Allison rides the wood to lead just by a head from Chicky Charms in second. San Franciscan Diamond of Blue is racing in third and less than 2 from the front. Senior Reigns at the rail. Consolado going to try to go between horses. A tight spot for Consolado, but he's up in there, 2.5 off the lead. And American Act is the trailer, 6th and last, rounding the far turn in the 60th. Harry Henson Stakes, and Chicky Charms has taken over the lead. It is Chicky Charms just in front of Sir Allison in second. Consolado still needs racing room. To the outside, American Act blew the turn, turning into the stretch. American Act way in the center of the racetrack. Final furlong for the Harry Henson, Chicky Charms. Senior Rain, Sir Allison at the rail. Consolado is set down. American Act could still win, even though he's way to the center of the track. Senior Rain just in front. American Act to the outside. Senior Rain, American Act. Senior Rain, American Act. It's impossible to call it because they're so far apart. Maybe American Act by an inch, but he's in a whacker with Senior Rain and the Harry Henson.
Not quite a broad brush Pennsylvania Derby 25 and a half years later. But you couldn't have liked your chances, even at even money, on American Act on the turn, as Rafael Bejarano found himself still making a right-hand turn. Last at the 8th pole, first by a nose on the line in Thursday's Harry Henson is American Act, who returns $4 on the nose. And that was Vic Stauffer doing a very, very good impersonation of Harry Henson at the start. Senior Rain finishes second, with Consolado finishing third in the Harry Henson run on the synthetic this year. Friday evening, nice stakes race, the Inglewood at Hollywood Park. We were supposed to have the return of the champion Acclamation, but he had an ankle flare-up. He was an early scratch out of the Inglewood at about 11 o'clock our time on Friday night. Halliday Road, 3-5.
They're off. Smug broke beautifully and goes right out for the front. Holiday Road runs up outside of Utopian. Those two away second and third. And the early trailer is Hamish High. Smug makes an uncontested lead, and Joel Rosario takes a beautiful hold of him, and Smug is just galloping along easily on the front end, 3/4 of a length from Utopian in second. Holiday Road takes back off those two to save some ground at the clubhouse turn. He can't get over to the rail, though, because Hamish High is in that position as they turn into the backstretch. It is Smug, and he is coasting along on the lead. Smug is a length and a quarter in front of Utopian, wearing Zenyatta's silks, tracking in second. At the rail, Grade 1 stakes winner Hamish High is third, and he's 2 from the front. And the big favorite, Holiday Road, is just outside of him, 3 lengths first to last as they run up the backstretch in the 72nd Inglewood Handicap. Absolutely no excuses for Smug. He's had it his own way, and he gallops past the half-mile pole a length in front of Utopian, who's pushed on just slightly by Mike Smith to stay after Smug. Smug leads now by a length and a half, 3.5 furlongs from the wire. Then comes Hamish High at the rail. Holiday Road going to have to close into easy fractions and be 3 wide as they round the far turn. Smug trying to go it all the way. He is still galloping along, 3/4 of a length in front of Utopian, who now comes to take him on. Smug leads by a half length at the top of the stretch. Utopian on the attack in second. Holiday Road is still 3 lengths behind. Hamish High is fourth and last. Final furlong, Smug and Utopian, and Smug's tough to get by, and Utopian is on the attack, and these two throw down for the final 100 yards. Smug inside, Utopian outside, Utopian, Smug, Utopian! What a good horse race. The 72nd Inglewood Handicap goes to Utopian, and Mike's.
And a very nice event on Friday night. Mike Smith up the backstretch, just sitting Utopian right off the flank of Smug as they were running around the racetrack, clear of the other two horses, and in the lane, Utopian had just a little bit more left to finish ahead in front of Smug. The 4-5 morning line favorite, Acclamation, was scratched. The 3-5 actual betting favorite, Holiday Road, running late, finishes third, with Hamish High finishing last in the field of 4 in Friday night's Inglewood. Reports out of Southern California had that we will probably see Acclamation down the road, just missed his Friday night seasonal debut. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more racing from Hollywood Park and opening weekend at Belmont.
Listen to what people are saying about the Clubhouse Racebook.
I've been coming here for well over 30 years to the OTB, and I think this is an outstanding facility. Probably comparable to something you'd see in Vegas. They have the big screens there, and then they have the auxiliary screens for, you know, watching all the tracks. And the primary tracks of the day, they'll switch to the big screens, which is ideal for most of us race guys. We like to see the big races on the big screen. Well done.
Hi race fans, I'm Seth Miro with some great news. Now you can get live streaming of all our tracks. Just log on to CapitalOTB.com, click on the live streaming link, and choose from more than 35 tracks from around the world. Plus, you can now get race replays, any day, any track. And don't forget to check out our new virtual tow board. In horse racing, information is key, and no one brings you the crucial information you need like CapitalOTB.com. Live streaming, race replays, and our new virtual tow board. CapitalOTB.com. Check it out now.
No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice. You could wait for money to start falling from the sky, or you could head down to the all-new Clubhouse Racebook and get in the game. With live horse racing on more than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, and amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. Conveniently located at 711 Central Avenue, right off Exit 5 of I-90 in Albany, the Clubhouse Racebook and Capital OTB are the better choice.
Saturday afternoon, big Cowbred Series out at Hollywood Park. Up first, the Be Thoughtful Stakes. Hello Dolly, 9-5.
They're off. Good start. Sister Kate is asked for speed early, and Sister Kate goes to the front from Camille C., who comes away in second. A Jealous Woman and Halo Dolly attend the pace, third and fourth, then going for a spin in Warren's Jitterbug, and the early trailer is Miss Becca. Now three of them across the track up the backstretch, and Russell Bays sends the favorite Halo Dolly to take over the lead from her stablemate, Sister Kate. So the two Hollendorfer trainees are 1-2 up the backstretch. Halo Dolly's ahead in front. Sister Kate applies pressure to her stablemate, and they've sprinted 3 lengths clear of A Jealous Woman. Then it's another 5 to Warren's Jitterbug, fourth and about 9 from the front. Camille C. has 10 lengths to make up, going for a spin just inside of her. Miss Becca just outside. They leave the backstretch in the 16th. Be Thoughtful Stakes, Halo Dolly and Sister Kate. 3 furlongs from the wire, and Halo Dolly is half ahead in front. Sister Kate is second, still by 3.5 lengths, to now a hard-ridden A Jealous Woman. Warren's Jitterbug could get into third soon. Going for a spin is at the rail, fifth, and about 5 from the front. Camille C. The whip is out on Miss Becca, and the battle continues up front. Sister Kate is inside. Halo Dolly is outside. Now their lead is only 2 lengths, and Warren's Jitterbug is coming after both of them. Halo Dolly joined by Warren's Jitterbug, and these 3 come to the wire. Sister Kate, Warren's Jitterbug has taken over the lead. Now going for a spin, runs into second. Warren's Jitterbug going for a spin. Warren's Jitterbug. The 16th Be Thoughtful Stakes goes to Warren's Jitterbug. 2 wins on the day for prolific California breeder Benjamin C. Warren. Warren's Jitterbug beat going for a spin.
Rafael Bejarano aboard, scoring the $25 upset victory, making the first start of the year. This year's edition of the Be Thoughtful goes much better for these connections after finishing 5th last year. Going for a spin, finishes 2nd. And Sister Kate checks in 3rd. Warren's Jitterbug, the only double-digit odds horse in the race, Hello Dolly, finishes 5th at 9-5. Up next, the 17th running named after one of the most brilliant 3-year-old fillies ever, the Mel Air. Will it be awesome? Even money.
They're off. Will It Be Awesome and Starry Skies both break beautifully. Vicky Victoria and Starlight Magic away 3rd and 4th. At the rail goes Warren's Amber, and the early trailer is Anna, You're Up. Without being sent at all, Starry Skies is going to make the lead for Joel Rosario. Starry Skies is a 2-length leader over Will It Be Awesome, who now settles in and races in 2nd. Starlight Magic is 3rd, and she's about 4 from the front, with Warren's Amber just inside of her. Anna, You're Up is 2nd to last and about 7 off the lead. Vicky Victoria just outside of her, and they turn into the backstretch. In the 17th, Mel Air Stakes, Calbred 3-year-old fillies, and Starry Skies is about to get a challenge from Grade 1 stakes winner Will It Be Awesome, who is now much closer in 2nd. Starry Skies only leads by a half length. Will It Be Awesome will make her quicken up the backstretch, and now Will It Be Awesome drives right alongside Starry Skies, the two of them together at the half-mile pole. Then comes Starlight Magic. She races in 3rd. Good striking position for the gray filly, 2.5 from the front. Warren's Amber has dropped 7 lengths off the lead. Vicky Victoria and Anna, You're Up, 3 furlongs from the wire. Starry Skies and Will It Be Awesome. Starry Skies half ahead in front. Will It Be Awesome right alongside in 2nd. Starlight Magic in good striking position, if good enough, less than 2 from the front now. Vicky Victoria is next. Warren's Amber at the rail, top of the stretch. Will It Be Awesome has now taken over a short lead from Starry Skies, who tries to battle back. Here's the danger, Starlight Magic, and she's on the move. Any one of those 3, Will It Be Awesome. Starry Skies is coming back at her. These two inside the final 16 inches apart. Will It Be Awesome. Starry Skies gonna make her run right to the wire. Will It Be Awesome. Starry Skies right together. The 17th Mel Air Stakes is going to be decided by an inch. Maybe Will It Be Awesome, but it is very close with an ultra game. Starry Skies, Starlight Magic finished 3rd.
And how about this? Will It Be Awesome off the Santa Anita Oaks victory, March 31st, not on to the Kentucky Oaks. Well, we wouldn't think so after winning Saturday's Mel Air Stakes. Yes, wins by a nose under Martine Pedroja, returning $4.20, trained by Walter Solis, no relation to Alex. Starry Skies finishing 2nd. I know the final running time, they weren't flying at any point in this race, but what a terrific horse race through the lane with Starlight Magic finishing 3rd. Last fall, we had a race in Southern California, I believe at Santa Anita Field of 5, where not only did they finish in the odds order, but they had no change in the official charts running position. I wasn't so sure if it might not be 100 years again before we saw that. Well, almost in the Mel Air. They finish in odds order and very little change in the order running, but Will It Be Awesome following up her Santa Anita Oaks victory with a nice score in the Mel Air. And if someday you want to see how good Mel Air was, look up Snow Chief's record, because 65 minutes later they ran the Snow Chief, Stony Fleece, 9-5.
They're off. O'Reilly and Real Conundrum, both very fast early, and they're about to be joined by D-Obsession. The early pace is going to be quick. Dylan Donnelly and Suwance's Candy in the firing line as well. Stony Fleece is next. Then Corner Office tightly at the rail with Benchlight and Tarad, and the early trailer is Unusual Heat Wave. Suwance's Candy going to take the lead from D-Obsession to the backstretch, and Suwance's Candy is a half length in front. D-Obsession is 2nd now by 3 lengths to Real Conundrum, O'Reilly, and a 3-wide Dylan Donnelly. Then it's 2 lengths to Stony Fleece, traveling nicely in the pink. 6th and about 4 from the front. Tarot is just inside of Stony Fleece. Unusual Heat Wave is out of last place, now about 8 off the lead in front of Corner Office, and the trailer now is Benchlight up the backstretch in the 19th Snow Chief Stakes California bred. 3-year-olds past the half-mile pole, and the leader now is D-Obsession. It is D-Obsession just ahead in front of Suwance's Candy in second. Real Conundrum and Dylan Donnelly are third and fourth. Corner Office is advancing at the rail, and here's Corner Office within 2 lengths of the lead. Tarot is passed by Stony Fleece. Stony Fleece is going to have to be 4 or 5 wide turning into the stretch, but he's only about 2.5 off the lead now. Unusual Heat Wave is next, then Bench Light and O'Reilly wide open at the top of the stretch. The leader is Real Conundrum, just a head in front of De-Obsession. Dylan Donnelly 3 wide, Stony Fleece 4 wide, but within a length of the lead. Corner Office now has 2.5 to come. Dylan Donnelly emerges with the lead. Stony Fleece is on the attack. Unusual Heat Wave in the center is closing in, and he means business. Stony Fleece takes over the lead. He's going to have to hold off Unusual Heat Wave, and it's going to be close. Unusual Heat Wave, Stony Fleece, Unusual Heat Wave. The 19th No Chief Stakes goes to Unusual Heat Wave. 4 wins on the day. Rafael Bejarano. He beat Stony Fleece. Dylan Donnelly third. Corner Office finished fourth.
And yes, Rafael Bejarano tearing it up, ladies and gentlemen, in Southern California. But these are favorites in reverse order. Unusual Heat Wave scores the victory. Stony Fleece is now 0 for 5 since winning the Generous Stakes, and Dylan Donnelly finishes third in Saturday's Snow Chief. And last of the Calbred races, going 7.5 furlongs, the Tis Now 2-1 favorite, Italian Rules.
They're off. M1 Rifle and Kingpin Ryno show speed. Spud Spivens is close to the pace. Red Defense and Joy Boy also close up. Then Italian Rules and Leaving New York, and the early trailer is mobilized. It is M1 Rifle out of the chute to lead the way. He's a length in front of Joy Boy in second. Then it's 2 lengths to Kingpin Ryno, Red Defense, and Leaving New York, all about 3 from the front. Italian Rules has 5 lengths to make up. He's 3 in front of Spud Spivens, and Mobilized would have to make up 13 lengths in the final half mile of the 10th Tis Now Stakes as they run into the far turn, and Grade 1 Stakes winner M1 Rifle tries to go it all the way. M1 Rifle sharp into the far turn, a length and a half in front of Kingpin Ryno and Joy Boy, right together second and third. Red Defense is now pushed along by Russell Bays at the rail, Leaving New York. Then comes Italian Rules. He's got to go right now. Italian Rules, Mobilized just ran right by him, and Mobilized is on the move, but he's 7 from M1 Rifle at the top of the stretch. M1 Rifle settles into the lane. He's got a 3.5 length lead on Kingpin Ryno in second, but here comes Rafael Bejarano and Mobilized, and they are rolling in the center of the Betfair Hollywood Park cushion track, and Mobilized has blown them away in the Tis Now. This is 5 wins on the day for Bejarano. Mobilized, yes! Wow, what a huge win. He won by 7.5. Italian Rules ended up second. It's close for third between Kingpin Ryno and Spud Spivens.
And yes, Vic Stauffer, Mobilized, easily made up the 13 lengths from the backside for Gary Mandela's runner, wins off by better than 7 as the second choice in the wagering. Italian Rules, the favorite, having no chance in this race, finishes second, with Kingpin Ryno checking in third in Saturday's conclusion of the Calbred Series at Hollywood Park. They have the break now, then we'll come back with the Wilshire.
We'll take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV. No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice.
And they're off.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call, Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone, or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice. You could wait for money to start falling from the sky, or you could head down to the all-new Clubhouse Racebook and get in the game. With live horse racing on more than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, and amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. Conveniently located at 711 Central Avenue, right off Exit 5 of I-90 in Albany, the Clubhouse Racebook and Capital OTB are the better choice. Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time to get you that Wilshire handicap.
They're off. Quiet Oasis and Brecat break best. Quiet Oasis is taken in hand, and so that concedes the lead to Brecat, who will run up and take over command with Antares World away in second. Quiet Oasis broke right on top, but now is wrangled back to third. Brecat in command and making an easy lead. Wild Mia and Imperialistic Diva are next. Nerid is third last, then Go Forth North, and the early trailer is up in time. Brecat coasts to an uncontested lead up the backstretch. It is Brecat and Joe Talamo. A 3-length advantage from Antares World in second. Quiet Oasis races third in the Redham colors and 2.5 or 3 from the front. Imperialistic Diva and Wild Mia are 4 off the lead. Grade 1 stakes winner Nerid has 4.5 lengths to make up. Go Forth North is 7 from the lead, and if Up in Time wins the 51st Wilshire handicap, she'll make up 9 lengths and 3 furlongs. Brecat in charge. Brecat leaves the backstretch, and she is still coasting along. Brecat's going to be tough to catch today. She sprints to the quarter pole now, 2 lengths in front of Antares World in second. To the outside, Quiet Oasis third. Wild Mia's at the rail. Then Go Forth North, and Brecat is cutting the corner and opening up. Brecat to the final furlong. She leads by 3.5 lengths from Quiet Oasis in second. Nerid to the outside. Wild Mia, Brecat inside the final 16. The lead is down to 2. Quiet Oasis and Antares World chase. Brecat reaches. Quiet Oasis trying to get her. Quiet Oasis! The 51st Wilshire handicap goes to Quiet Oasis and Mario Gutierrez.
Gutierrez springs the $33.20 upset victory with Quiet Oasis going out for Ben Cecil. Brecat and Antares World, they dead heat, ladies and gentlemen, for second. Nerid, the 6-5 favorite, finishes 4th in Sunday's Wilshire handicap. Opening weekend at Belmont Park, Saturday afternoon. Up first, the inside information, 2-1 Zucchini Flower.
And they're off. And Miss Doro is sent to grab the lead. Miss Doro to the front. Proud Pearl has come running in second. Lady Cohiba third. Then on the far outside, it's Zucchini Flower fourth. Lisa T's at the back of the pack, along with Hard Mystery. Up front, it is Miss Doro zipping right along here, running aggressively to open up a 4-length lead in the opening quarter mile. She got that quarter in 23 seconds flat. So it's Miss Doro by half a dozen lengths down the backstretch run. And then Proud Pearl is just outside of Lady Cohiba, running along in third. Zucchini Flower being nudged along in fourth. Lisa T's in traffic on hold. And Hard Mystery into the far turn. Up top, it's still Miss Doro grinding it out on the lead, but the others catching up. She got a half 46 and 2/5 seconds. There goes Zucchini Flower. There goes Lady Cohiba. And there goes Lisa T on the far outside. And coming up the rail, Hard Mystery. Proud Pearl's at the back of the pack. Miss Doro opened up again a 2-length lead, but now here comes Hard Mystery after her. Hard Mystery just rolling up alongside and taking charge at the top of the stretch at 27-1. Hard Mystery, the leader, pulling away from Miss Doro, 5 lengths back to the rest of them, Lady Cohiba, and on the outside, Zucchini Flower, Lisa T sputtering, coming down to the finish. It's going to be Hard Mystery, and she's going to light up the tote board. Lady Cohiba second, Miss Doro third, Zucchini Flower fourth.
The limit stakes no more as Hard Mystery, 56.50, ladies and gentlemen. By far the longest price on the board, 27-1. Proud Pearl, the next long shot at 8-1. Lady Cohiba finishes second with Misty Oro finishing third. Zucchini Flower off the board at 2-1. Saturday's other stakes race for older horses going a mile in the Winchester.
And they're off. Boys at Toscanova off a beat slowly from that inside post. Bold Deed is racing to get the lead, and he clears the field within the first 100 yards. So it's Bold Deed in front and on hold. To Honor and Serve runs second. Jose Lascano wants no part of the lead here with To Honor and Serve. He's raining off the pace. Gumbada Guska and Boys at Toscanova steered to the outside. Loose on the lead, it's Bold Deed. 22-4 was the opening quarter mile. Bold Deed throws down the gauntlet here. Javier Castellano trying to harness some of that natural speed of Bold Deed, but he's getting away from the field, and he leads by almost 8 as they move into the far turn. To Honor and Serve still sitting chilly. Halfway home here in 45 flat. Bold Deed, uncontested lead. The lead 6.5 lengths now. To Honor and Serve still rating rather nicely with 3 furlongs to go here. Boys at Toscanova's been given his cue. He's now running along in third. Gumbada Guska fourth toward the inside. And here they come now after Bold Deed. To Honor and Serve takes the lead and takes it willingly as the field turns for home. Boys at Toscanova's on the outside for the stretch drive now. 3/16 from the line. It is To Honor and Serve, and Jose Lascano is looking around for the competition. He's got none today. Boys at Toscanova is going to be second here, and To Honor and Serve, oh, he did it so easily here. Bill Mott had him primed and polished today, and it looks like it's going to be a good Met Mile on Memorial Day. To Honor and Serve will be prominent there. He beat Boys at Toscanova so easily this afternoon.
Well, he's 12 months late for yours truly, but To Honor and Serve has certainly figured it out. A brilliant victory in the Westchester, named after counties, not rifles. Boys at Toscanova, first stakes race since runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He finishes second, and Bold Deed third. Wrapping up this week's edition of Horses and Courses, the Car Haven.
And they're off. Little awkward start there for Inherit the Gold, who's at the back of the pack. And it's Fiddler's of Fleet racing for the lead from that inside post on the far outside Saginaw there. Johannesburg Smile backs off that developing speed duel. Star of New York is now fourth on the outside, followed by Spa City Fever at the back of the pack. After that ungainly beginning is Inherit the Gold. So the field moves down the backstretch. Saginaw strides synchronized with Fiddlers of Fleet. Those two have gone an opening quarter together in 23 2/5 seconds. A stalking third, Johannesburg Smile. Spa City Fever rating about 4 lengths from the leaders. And it's Star of New York. And the trailer remains Inherit the Gold. Inherit the Gold has to pick it up a bit now as they move into the far turn. It is still Fiddlers of Fleet and Saginaw matching strides through a 46-second opening half mile. Johannesburg Smile poised to move now at the midway point on the far turn. And then it's Spa City Fever is now fourth toward the rail. Star of New York is still back in fifth. Inherit the Gold struggling at the back of the pack, coming to the top of the stretch. Fiddlers of Fleet is spent. It is Saginaw, the leader at the quarter pole, but Johannesburg Smile has been tracking throughout, now makes his move as the field turns for home. On the far outside, it's Star of New York now third, top of the stretch. Saginaw trying to hang in there, and he's doing it so far. Clear by 2.5 lengths with a furlong to go. Star of New York trying to make up ground late on the outside. And then it's Johannesburg Smile, and they're coming down to the finish, and Saginaw fought off all challengers to do it. David Cohen gets a hat trick. Johannesburg Smile was second, followed by Star of New York and Fiddlers of Fleet.
Well, easy win for Saginaw, returns $13.20, a sharp claim for David Jacobson. Johannesburg Smile finishes second, and Star of New York finishes third. The 2-1 favorite, Inherit the Gold, beats no one. That wraps up this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Remember, folks, next week, one of the biggest weeks in horse racing, plenty of action all week long to bring you from Churchill Downs.
You're watching OTB TV, a service of Capital Off Track Betting.